Alrighty, so I'm working ahead as much as I can because we are in our next dev round, which means in real time we're in actually just starting into week 11, and as you know by now, your dev one has been due. And this week, week 12, not only do you have two last items to do, but it's also the end of which you can do your dev review for full credit. Okay, so make sure you're asking if you have any questions about that. So, one thing I want to just chat about just to help you and I get on the same page, because at this point, after spring break comes around, and you might go, Rio, why are you talking about spring break? But I don't know about you, I'm excited for spring break, right? So as it rolls around in April, then I was looking at the end of the semester, and I just wanted to let all classes know the following is that your Dev 2 is actually going to be due on Thursday of the week 17. And then you will have, and so this cycle is much shorter. There's not a week to actually do code reviews. Okay. So I'll be doing, of course, starting as normal, code reviews or assistance starting on Monday all the way through to Friday. And then you will have the 16th and 17th only because of some scheduling things I have to take care of. So this will be the last date. Now, of course, I'll run as many times as I can during these times, but I just want you to know at this point what that end of semester schedule is. Okay. So again, here's the due date, and it's true for both JavaScript and Python. So heavy assistance or review sessions here. Work ahead as much as you can. And again, these will be the only days during that finals week that I'll be doing code reviews. Okay, so I just wanted to say that. And then this week 12, there's some fun stuff, I think, in week 12, but one of the things we do is we get further into the OOP, setting up classes, and the quiz game was fun, but I did notice it caused me a little bit of a challenge with a structure or a data structure we have not talked about in this class, and it's called Drupals. So what I want you to know is that I put a note in the markdown file for day 17 because I ended up having to reference the Drupal. So just look at mine and see if you run into that. You'll at least have my solution for how I got around it. Okay. And then the other thing I noticed is when I was setting up the classes in VS Code, it was trying to auto-complete what we call a signature for the class is, but I kept having to remove it and doing it the way Dr. Angela shows. So it's okay if you have it in there, but try to actually stick to the signature that she shows when you set up the class. Let me see if I have an example here. Oh, I don't even have your folder open this yet. So if I look at so it was day 17, not the devs too, but that's for later, not for later for now. Okay, so like on 17, when I look at the quiz, and let's say I look at this, right? So when you do the dev, when you set up the constructor, it will actually want to put none on here. It's kind of funny. And I'm not sure why. I did a little research to try to figure it out, but I didn't get a clear answer about why VS Code is trying to, and this is a thing in any kind of more advanced editor they try to do, which is basically Intella syntax, to where it actually does try to help you write code more efficiently. So it's anyway, just write it, in the way that you see or do it, which may mean you have to get rid of, and I think it's a little arrow in none in there, and it's not really covered. So I just want you to know when you get there. And then that was the quiz brain, and then night 18 was and in 18, did we install virtual environment? No, there's not a virtual environment in 17, but in 18 there is for me, because we end up using in the final project a library to get the retrieve colors off of what's called a Hearst painting, and it was kind of fun to do that. And so again, this is how I do it. I always set up a virtual environment, and I install them in there, and I just think it's a great experience. In the how-to, I also gave you a reminder link about how to set up those virtuals. those virtual environments. Okay. So I just wanted to give you that heads up. And then this is talked about this, the end of the semester, the autocomplete and the Drupals. And by the way, Drupals are actually covered a little bit in day 18 as well. So you'll get some more exposure to them, meaning that they feel like a list, but they're immutable. Okay. So you can't change them once you set them up, which is also a benefit because you can't accidentally overwrite them. So there are good reasons to do that. Okay, again, trying to work ahead to give you some content for those of you that get through the dev. I look forward to seeing you in the next 2 weeks. All right, have a